Hello and welcome back. I hope you've all had a great week. And as we're heading into the weekend, I have some amazing stories here to share with you. So I'm glad you choose to tune in. And if you're here for the first time, welcome. So today we're just going to have a talk video. I've missed you all so much. And there have just been a couple of updates here that I've wanted to discuss with you guys and get your thoughts on a couple of these topics. So let's start off with the first news that came out a while ago. So this was reported in a couple of outlets, so I'll start here with that. Spoke and said that the Duke and Duchess of Sussex are working with a Hollywood venture capitalist who is famed for making millions of dollars for celebrities. Adam Lilling founded Plus Capital in 2012, which says it aims to partner, quote, the world's top influencers, those who can affect more change in a day than most can in a lifetime, with the best entrepreneurs and operators in the world, end quote. So the Sussexes have been working with Mr. Lilling for some time, and Plus Capital is an investor in Better Up, a coaching and mental health firm, which, of course, the Duke of Sussex works for as Chief Impact Officer. So in a recent interview, Mr. Lilling is said to have talked about Meghan's podcast with Spotify, and he said that it was, quote, great. So this is a huge move for those in the know. Mr. Lilling has worked with some huge names in Hollywood. Some of you will recognize a name like Matthew McConaughey, huge star, among many others. And his online profile describes him as, quote, an entrepreneur, investor, and digital media innovator, end quote. So he built his first company. This article goes on to talk about how he has worked with a lot of music and video retailers in 1994, and it was called Pentagon CD and Tapes, and he sold it to Virgin Entertainment Group in 1999. So he's had some startups over the years through 2009, and it goes on and on. Basically to say this, that he is a big move for the couple. He is a Hollywood deal maker. And as I said before, he has worked with some huge names in Hollywood. So this is a sign that Prince Harry and Meghan are going to make huge moves. According to PR experts, that they have said that there is, quote, an appetite for the Duke and Duchess of Sussex in the US, and I would argue all over the world. So in Tinseltown, as I mentioned before, Adam Lilling has been named one of the top deal makers, and as I mentioned, he works with names like Matthew McConaughey. He has also previously worked with Nicole Kidman, and he is, according to him, focused on creating, quote, profit opportunities. So there was a PR expert who spoke and said that basically now people are expecting the Duke and Duchess of Sussex to make more commercial moves post their Netflix show, and of course Spare. And they say that right now the Sussexes are very focused on cultivating that American audience as well. So Meghan, as we all know, she's had that background in Hollywood. She knows a lot of how the inner workings of the whole sphere of entertainment works. She knows how, if I can use this analogy, the sausage is made. She knows how it all works. And I think this is a huge move, especially now that they are no longer senior working royal members. Of course, we can expect them to make more moves as they launch into their lives. They did say that they wanted to be financially independent. And this was according to a celebrity manager, Maya Riaz. She said that it would be naive not to expect Harry and Meghan to make a commercial move. And it is right now a fact that the Sussexes, they spoke and said that after the Harry and Meghan documentary that they were moving forward. And I think we all remember Harry saying that. And I think now as they've hired Adam Lilling, it does appear that he is the right person to make that happen. And as we know, for those who have followed Meghan before, as she was an actress working in Hollywood, she had a very stable career. And now, of course, as they have stepped away from all of that, they now have to get the people who are top Hollywood deal makers who will be able to highlight their strengths and what they have to offer, especially now as they are looking to cultivate a new audience and trying to launch into this whole world. We all know, of course, Prince Harry has his work with Better Up and what he does with being the president of African Parks and all the other work that they do. But right now, this does seem like a very targeted move because, as I said before, even according to the Hollywood Reporter, Lilling is on their list as one of the top Hollywood deal makers. So this is going to be huge. Been so looking forward to what this year has in store for the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. As we all know, Prince Harry, he has his upcoming Heart of Invictus premiere that, of course, will be launching this year, this summer in 2023. And according to Netflix, they wrote and said that, quote, "This new series from Archwell Productions follows a group of extraordinary competitors from around the globe, all service members who have suffered life-changing injuries or illnesses on their road to competing at the Invictus Games." So the show will follow competitors in the 2020 Invictus Games in The Hague, the Netherlands, that was delayed until April 2022 due, of course, to the pandemic. So in April 2021, the Invictus Games Foundation announced the Netflix docuseries about the epic event that was in the works at Archwell Productions, and the Oscar-winning British director Orlando von Einsiedel and producer Joanna Nataseguera were announced at the helm. So Prince Harry has revealed how Invictus Games, of course, has inspired him since he created it as a way of bringing together wounded veterans in a friendly competition. And it is so cool to know that since Harry launched Invictus Games in 2014, that he has truly believed in creating that platform to be a life-changing community for servicemen and women who would be celebrated through it. And now he is set to shine even a bigger spotlight on their stories with this documentary about those competitors. And there's so much to look forward to because with the working title Heart of Invictus, the series will see Prince Harry take on the role of executive producer in addition to appearing on camera. So that will be something fantastic to see as well. And Prince Harry shared in a statement a while back, quote, "Since the very first Invictus Games back in 2014, we knew that each competitor would contribute in their own exceptional way to a mosaic of resilience, determination, and resolve." He went on to say, quote, "This series will give communities around the world a window into the moving and uplifting stories of these competitors on their path to the Netherlands next year," end quote. So that's something to look forward to, as well as, of course, the Invictus Games this year that has already been ramping up in Dusseldorf, Germany. So much to look forward to. But as now we are focusing on, this next chapter of them engaging with entertainment, I think that there's just so much in store. First and foremost, there was something that caught my attention as, people have been looking forward to, and those in the industry especially have been trying to project a way forward for the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. I'm talking about those who are more open-hearted, not those who are cynical. Of course, we've all, heard their detractors talking about how they, trying to frame them as people who are always complaining, in quotes. But I think if we look at it in context, I think especially with the docuseries and with Spare, it was Prince Harry, saying that he wanted their account out there, that in the future, if history books would be written on this period of them stepping back, that there would be a counter argument to all the stuff we've seen in the press out there. Now we have a definitive version from the Sussexes. And of course, we know how the press, some sections of it have tried to twist, their whole story and how they chose to step back. And, with the whole narrative of they blindsided the Queen, they disrespected the Queen, their news of them stepping back came from nowhere, and trying to frame them now as complainers and whiners and, always amplifying some negativity And I think a lot of even saw it. There's also been a strange response from animated show called South Park. Some people have been, very in their fields about it. And I don't think that's a barometer of how anyone should measure how anyone who has all the facts has a perspective on the Sussexes. That for me does not warrant any kind of response. South Park have been known to make content that is provocative and offensive and trying to get a rise out of people. And I think people should just go above that. They target several people, whether they're in politics or entertainment. They touch even on religion. That's what they've done. So I'm not even gonna qualify that with trying to explain it and expound it. Let's just try and keep the main thing the main thing. And I think right now, as we've seen this new move with Harry and Meghan getting a heavy hitter in Hollywood to negotiate for them, to get the best deals for them, I think now that execs in the entertainment industry know that that is Harry and Meghan sending out a beacon of sort, that they are seriously now looking into launching into some very great content that has great value and has a lot of appeal. Because right now, by the way, I saw an article saying that Prince Harry and Meghan, with the success they've had with the docuseries, that basically Netflix execs, it has got their attention, and especially how Harry's memoir has been a talking point, talk about topical, that even it's covered, in every sphere of entertainment. It has been a huge talking point all over the world, and that screams to executives that there is tremendous interest. So right now they've been saying that LA-based consultants who've been working at Netflix, they say right now that viewing figures that their documentary scored has made Netflix HQ want a, quote, a second bite of the pie. They said this, that, quote, "The gloves are off now for Harry, and Netflix feels like they are in a prime position for a second project," end quote. So that currently purely imaginary and hopeful, I'm stressing that, second project would perhaps document Harry and Meghan navigating this new state of their lives. People are trying to say that there is an appetite to see Prince Harry and Meghan in this new life that they have, and it could be a docu-series, it could be some kind of show where people get to see them moving forward in the, quote, what's next kind of period of their lives, especially after their Harry and Meghan docu-series and the book. And that, as they've said, is fascinating to viewers. There was explained by this Netflix insider, quote, "We know that the couple films material all the time, so there remains a treasure trove left, which could make for some dynamic viewing," end quote. So we know this. It was well documented. Even Variety covered it, that in their outings in 2022, there was a camera crew that was following the Sussexes around. We saw a very dedicated crew that was going with them. They also accompanied them to the Freedom Gala, and they were seen with them around the US as they went on various trips. So there is a lot of unmined content there. And I would also add this because we saw some clips of Meghan getting ready for that event, as we saw her being fitted out for that red dress. So we know that there was a crew there, and there's a lot of material left on the, quote, the cutting room floor, in quotes. And for those of you who know what that means basically a lot of footage that's filmed and that was left out of the Harry and Meghan documentary. So there is a lot of material out there. So basically, these insiders are saying that with the numbers that their docuseries has done, and with the book being such a massive success, contrary to, by the way, what you are hearing out there, that there is Harry and Meghan fatigue, and that people, especially in the US, are, quote, tired of them. You can't have it both ways. So for those who know about the numbers, they're saying that there is tremendous appetite. So there is such a huge deal for the couple to move forward in this new chapter and open up more. And the insider also said, quote, "There is no doubt audiences have been excited to watch Harry speak about his life, and interest remains huge," end quote. So I don't think it will be like a keeping up with the Kardashians kind of thing, and no offense to them, but I think it will be more focused on their work, the efforts that they have, as we're seeing with the Invictus games, documentary, and where Harry will be not only executive producing, he will be on screen as well. It does help boost those numbers, and they have all the events this year. And I will also put this in here. I do think we will see, based on the connection that they have, a lot of Harry and Meghan now rubbing shoulders with a lot of A-listers as well. And it's not lowbrow because they are in entertainment at the moment. They are looking to make more scripted shows, and with their production, we had Meghan saying that, rom-coms and all that. So I fully expect we will see them even on red carpets, and especially with what Harry and Meghan's docuseries did, that will open up for them significant doors. They did amazing numbers on that, if I've not stressed that before. And of course, we all know that with Prince Harry's record-breaking memoir, that indeed could earn him one of the world's most prestigious music awards. And, for the 15-hour-long self-narrated audiobook version, it does qualify him to be considered for a Grammy's Best Audiobook, Narration, and Storytelling Recording category. So I fully expect to see them on some red carpets. That is a huge, huge deal. We all know Viola Davis had her moment in the sun, how she won the last award. So I'm really believing that we will see Harry. I do truly believe that he could win a Grammy for it. There is a tremendous chance that he could win for that. And there is a chance that we will see the Sussexes on red carpets this year. I truly, truly believe that. And you want to know how I know that a lot of people are seeing more doors for them opening up? I saw the story that caught my interest, and I first of all wondered, what? And the more I thought about it, it kind of made a lot of sense. People are also speculating, so I'll put this on the speculation folder, so just let's keep that here for now. That they say there was a story that came out that said it may not be long until Prince Harry and Meghan make a return to the spotlight, and it could be at one of the world's biggest events. The speculation is that the couple could soon make their debut at New York's famed Met Gala, and the event is scheduled for May the 1st, just 5 days before the coronation of course we know, King Charles. So as we still await, by the way, for Harry and Meghan to confirm whether or not they will be traveling to the UK for the historic occasion. And allow me here to interject and say that we did get those sources, palace sources, saying that Harry and Meghan have been invited, and we all know how that whole deal works. They are, I truly do believe that they have already been invited, and that's why that has been leaked. So we'll cover that. So just put a pin in that. So back to the story, it says that there is that speculation where they're saying that they could, in fact, be at the Met Gala. Why is this? So they talk about the Met Gala, saying it is an A-list Hollywood guest list. And that is where, Harry and Meghan would now want to position themselves in this circuit as they are looking to launch more into more entertainment-based content. And that is, of course, as people say, one of the biggest red carpets. So that would be a place where an invite would not be hard for them, first of all, to come by. They are, global, they're well known. It wouldn't be a stretch for them to be invited. It would be more of, would they be in a position to go based on the coronation? So let me know your thoughts on that as we're just speculating. And by the way, Harry and Meghan would not be the first royals to attend the gala. In 2019, Princess Beatrice wore a stunning purple Alberta Ferretti gown. And in 2016, Queen Rania of Jordan was a guest when the theme was Manus Ex Machina, fashion in an age of technology, wearing Valentino. And in 1996, Princess Diana attended the event wearing a navy silk slip dress with a black lace detailing from John Galliano's debut couture collection as the creative director of Dior. And Diana accessorized with her iconic pearl choker featuring a sapphire and diamond brooch gifted by the Queen Mother as a wedding present. and it was the only time Diana attended the event. So, not as out there as I first thought. The story kind of, as I said before, it felt sus, but the more I've thought about it, I'm like, yeah, I think that if the theme of the Met Gala red carpet was not too, gauche or, just weird or out there, I think it would be good to see Harry and Meghan in those rooms rubbing shoulders with the right people, in order to make their projects move forward. I think all of us know in a lot of these industries, you do need to be in the right rooms to make the right deals. A lot of those deals and connections, by the way, are made there. They're not made in boardrooms. It's just right there. Let's work on something. Yeah, let my people call your people, and on and on. So let me know your thoughts on that in the comment section. So that's a great segue, as I said before, into the coronation. As we all know, the what ifs, the will they won't they, has been really out there on whether or not the Duke and Duchess of Sussex would attend. And there has been a story making the rounds that, in fact, they have been invited. Okay, so there is a story, of course, that has been going around where, courtesy of the Rob Report, and I'll get to the crux of it, that, quote, while the royal family may, quote, expect the Sussex duo's presence for the coronation, it remains to be seen whether Harry and Meghan will take them up on their reported invitation, particularly since there is a major conflict with the scheduled date. The coronation is set to take place on May the 6th, which royal fans will recognize as the 4th birthday of young Archie Harrison Mountbatten Windsor, Harry and Meghan's son. So a source that is close to the family, the royal family, has kept on briefing and saying that, of course, that they have been invited. This is a quote from the Daily Mail saying that the Sussexes, quote, will definitely be at Charles's big day, but should not expect any reconciliation talks. And this is what that source that was close to the family said, quote, members of the family have told me that both Harry and Meghan will definitely come. They fully expect that, end quote. So that's quite interesting. It just basically confirms all that Harry was saying, that those quote sources is, as we all know, it's basically the briefing. So I'm guessing at this point the invites are out. Prince Harry and Meghan have already received theirs, and hence we're getting all of this briefing. So they've also talked about the expectations for the couple at the event. The Rob Report went on to say, quote, as with every royal visit since Harry and Meghan's official exodus as senior royals in 2020, the invitation will likely come with stipulations about exactly how visible the Sussexes should be during the event, and they are likely to be excluded from appearing on the balcony of Buckingham Palace along with other senior royals like Prince William, Kate, Charles, Camilla. But an invitation would nonetheless be a meaningful signal that the royals don't want to cut Harry and Meghan off completely, displeased though they may be with the couple's candor in their Netflix series and in Harry's book. So, of course, we know Harry told ITV's Tom Bradby that, quote, the ball is in their court regarding his attendance at the coronation, and he said that that door is always open if the family was willing to, quote, sit down and talk about their unresolved conflicts. So, of course, no confirmation officially as yet. We do not know whether or not Harry and Meghan are going to the coronation, and what, of course, would be expected of them. But I think if they consider what happened at the Jubilee, I think they themselves will also need to be on alert on how they themselves will be treated at that event. Because for sure, I don't think anyone would want to go somewhere where they expect any kind of mistreatment. So let's see how that pans out. So let me know your thoughts about that in the comment section, and let me know how funny it is that basically all that Prince Harry says about briefing is confirmed by all of these sources and friends of the family and on and on. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. So these are a couple of the topics I wanted to share with you. Let me know your thoughts about all of these stories in the comment section below. Now, thank you all for watching, and I want to give a special shout out to those who support this channel. I want to give a shout out to a couple of you right here by name. A special thank you to you, Diane Hawkins, the first supporter of this channel here. Thank you for being a Patreon supporter. Thank you for your unwavering support. You are so kind and dear. And a special thank you to Gary Adderley as well, one of the longtime supporters of this channel. I say God bless you and thank you so much You are so kind. Thank you. And a very heartfelt thank you to Scotty and Norma Brown. God bless you. Truly, you are a godsend, such a blessing, so generous. Thank you, thank you. And thank you to Kristen Rowe. Kristen, I want to say that I love you. Thank you so very much. And a special thank you to those who gave during the last live. Thank you to Alice Langdon for your super chat. Thank you for your generosity. Thank you. I appreciate that so much. Once again, thank you to all who support this channel financially. Words cannot express how much you all mean to me. Thank you. And thank you to all who like, comment, and share. And if you liked this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and click share. It does help out the channel. I love you all and leave your thoughts on these topics below. Have a great weekend and I will catch you in the next one. Have a blessed one.